Hey friends, I just want to share with you what I've observed to be the number one mindset that sets those apart who move in the upward spiral of health, who heal and find themselves in a much more empowered state of being versus those who really struggle, maybe get stuck in that hamster wheel of stress or anxiety. And there's a big paradigm shift, and I just want to bring your awareness to this because it's so important. So the paradigm shift is when people are dealing with, let's say you're dealing with stressors or triggers or physical issues in your body, you're dealing with symptoms, you're having stuff come up to the surface. We can either see those issues and those symptoms and those triggers through the lens of I'm broken and I need to be fixed, or there's something wrong with me, or I'm a victim to this disease that just kind of hit me out of the blue. Or we look at the world when we get triggered, we look at the world as like it's the world's problem, right? So if we can create this big paradigm shift and look at those symptoms and those issues and those triggers as information, not condemnation, leading to transformation, that we're making a huge shift in the way that we're seeing these issues. And so we want to look at symptoms, whether it's any sort of physical symptom in the body, your autoimmune issues, weight gain, any sort of digestive issues or skin issues, or any kind of problem that you're seeing in the body, or triggers, so we get triggered, we feel anxious, we feel angry, we feel resentful, we are kind of in a state of stress all the time. Those triggers and those symptoms, these are information. Our body's trying to tell us about something that is out of balance, that is not thriving on the inside. And our emotional body is trying to tell us about something that is trapped. So emotions get trapped in the body, beliefs get trapped in the body, trauma gets stored in the body. And so what happens, and this is a really big key, is because your system is always wanting to heal, the body wants to heal, your emotional body wants to heal, your nervous system wants to heal. What happens is that those emotional toxins or those physical toxins or those belief toxins, they come to the surface to be healed in the form of triggers or symptoms. They're just coming to the surface. And what I'll tell people all the time is, if you think of like the analogy of when gold is being refined, when it's being refined, the heat gets applied to it, and the toxins, all the dross, all the impurities in the gold come up to the surface in order to be skimmed off so that the gold can be refined. So in the very same way, our system is trying to bring those emotional toxins to the surface, or those physical toxins to the surface, not to condemn us. And lots of people think in terms of like, oh, there's something wrong with me if this stuff is coming to the surface. It's not here to condemn you. It's here to come to the surface to be cleared, to be skimmed off, so that you have a much clearer, cleaner being, emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, okay? So when this stuff comes to the surface, rather than shutting it back down, you take that information as, like my system is trying to tell me something. My body's trying to tell me something. My deeper being is trying to clear something out so that I can thrive, so that I can be the bright and shining self that I was designed to be, because I'm made in the image of God, and those toxins do not fit here. They do not belong. So when we can start to shift our mindset from this victim mentality, or this like, so I'm broken and I need to be fixed, or there's something wrong with me, or I'm a victim to life, or I'm a victim to the world and to the people in my life, or the issues or the symptoms or the whatever it is, if we can shift our perspective to, what is my body trying to tell me, and what needs to be just cleared out? What is my emotional body trying to tell me? What needs to be cleared out? And it's a much more compassion-filled, grace-filled way of handling healing and integration and embodiment, because you're not broken needing to be fixed. You're not a victim to life circumstances. These are things that are inside that are coming to the surface to be cleared off. And once they get cleared, then the body has given its message, and it doesn't need to keep bringing that symptom up over and over and over again. So next time that you notice that there's a trigger or a physical symptom, just take a deep breath and just notice, like, what might my body or my life be trying to tell me? And I want to share just a really quick story about someone that I worked with a few years ago. A guy came to me and he was dealing with kidney cancer, and they had multiple markers that there were issues with his kidneys. And he did start to change his diet. He worked a lot on the things that were the things that tend to feed cancer in terms of foods. And he started just doing all of the things, which was great. But he had a sense that there was something in his past that he had not dealt with. And so he came to me asking for support to process some traumas that he had never processed and some big fears that he had never processed. And as we know, there's certain emotions that correspond to different organs in the body, and the kidneys tend to store fear. So if there's issues with the kidneys, we're looking at what could be some major fears in your life. And of course, if there's trauma way back when, then fear gets sort of stuck there and gets reinforced, and that energy can create problems in that particular organ. So, and there could be lots of things going on, but he worked on those particular issues until there was a sense of peace, a sense of forgiveness that came naturally, no more resentment. And then when he went in for surgery to clear out whatever else was there was no cancer in his kidneys. It was gone. And so I just want to mention that as a really cool reminder that when we do the work to take those symptoms and those issues, and we say, what is my body trying to tell me about not just what's going on physically, but what could be going on emotionally? So I hope that this is supportive to you today. Always try to bring a sense of compassion to your symptoms and to your triggers, because at the deepest level, there's nothing wrong with you. This stuff's just coming to the surface to be healed.